TNT Hoops.
And bright stars.
Questions for Coach Sampson, please.
Coach Sampson, that last 27 seconds, just if you could take us through that possession.
We shot and missed at the end, and they got the rebound. Anything else? All right.
Question real quick.
What did you see down the stretch? Obviously, it was a fourth game. What did you see as the difference down the stretch?
I mean, we've lost 4 games by 1 point, or the last possession. You know, you've got to make winning plays. You know, we went to the free throw line twice on 1-and-1s, made 1 of 2. Those are big deals. Those are big plays. And then 3 times, not once, not twice, 3 times, we fouled them 85 or 90 feet away from the basket. Didn't even make them have to work to score. Just go, here's some free points. So we're missing free throws. They're going down making free throws. Then we had the opportunity to make some big shots. Big shots. And that's the difference in winning and losing. You know, we had our opportunities. Got making free throws. And when they get, you know, we fight and claw and scrap for offensive rebounds. But when we don't get it, we got to get back. You can't sit there and try to steal it from them or reach. And that's just not very smart. So we got to play a little smarter there.
Hey, Coach, did you get the coach? When you came into the game plan, what did you were trying to prevent Memphis from doing? I know you played a lot of zone defense to try to push them out.
We played no zone. I take that back. I think we played 2 possessions of 1-3-1. So we had no zone. So what's your question?
What was your plan to try to stop Memphis from slowing down offense?
Just play our defense. You know, we held. They shot 35% from. They shot 34% from the floor. We out rebounded them 43-34. I don't have any problems with the way we play defense. I mean, Precious is a tough matchup. You know, he's. I thought we guarded them really well. Their guards did a good job of dropping off some balls to Dandridge. Hurt us on penetration there, but you know, we're not going to shut them out. We're not going to score. But you know, you go on the road and hold a team to 34% in their gym. You out rebounded by 9. We got to play smarter. You know, I love my kids. I do. I love them. But when the other, and I appreciate their effort on the offensive boards. But when the other team gets it, get back. You know, make them earn the points. Don't give it to them. You know, and then conversely, when you get to the line, you know, Mills, you know, skinny little freshman is going to be a good player, but you know, free throws are really important down the stretch. I mean, 1 for 2 doesn't help us, and especially when Quinones goes 8 for 8. But I have no problem with our effort. Our kids scrapped and clawed. You know, we're not a great team. Never have been. The team I had last year was really, really good. This team is young, and they fought, and we had some guys tonight that needed to play better. You know, especially when we go on the road. But Penny, I thought Penny did a great job with his team. You know, they attacked us with Precious and did some good things there, but. Our defense was good. I thought we defended them well. I thought we rebounded well. We shot 34%. You know, we didn't get to the line but 12 times. They went to the line 30 times. That's not the last time that'll happen on the road to people. That's just the way it is. Nothing to complain about. Just the way it is sometime on the road. But we had our chances. We certainly had our opportunities, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves.
Back here.
Coach, there seemed to be some miscommunication on the offensive side of things tonight. Talk about those and how do you fix those heading to March?
I don't know what you're talking about. Give me some specifics.
Was that last play design, or was that let's just get up let's get up that shot and then let's get the rebound, or was that a design play?
I can't think of a better design than get a ball to Caleb Mills in space. That last shot. How many points he scored tonight? Caleb Mills was 7 for 14, 7 for 13 going that shot on that same play. So why wouldn't we run it again?
You sound, it's funny, you sound like Penny in terms of winning plays at the end. He's been dealing with that all season. Is that a product of youth? And then secondly, I have you. Both Mills and Sasser, neither one of those guys particularly highly recruited, tremendous players. What do you see of them so far?
Well, I don't know who recruited them.
Well, they weren't highly rated. Yeah, their numbers.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what their numbers were. They both committed to us so early. I have no idea who recruited them, but they're tough kids. You know, Caleb early on got recruited by mostly Ivy League schools. You know, I know Harvard offered him, which means they had his transcript. You have to get accepted to Harvard before they can offer you. But he's a really, really good student, excellent student. So is Marcus. Both come from great families, great mothers, great fathers. Sasser has 2 uncles that played in the NBA, Gerald and Jason. They've just gotten better. You know, I think we don't recruit a lot of the high-end guys, but I think we do a good job at developing our kids, making them better. As far as winning plays, you know, whether it's Penny kids or our kids, they're not deliberately not trying to make winning plays. You know, we tend to overanalyze every single play. Like the gentleman was talking about that looked unorganized. Well, that's the same play we've been running all game. You know, the only difference was they had Precious guarding him instead of a guard. But winning plays is not fouling. Winning plays is making your free throws. You know, Precious made his free throws tonight. I think he was shooting 57% from the free throw line going in. Winning plays is making your free throws. Quinones made 8 for 8. Those are winning plays. They've had a problem with turnovers this year. They only had 8. Those are winning plays. We had 14. I think we're averaging about 11 on the season, something like that. But you know, that was a great environment in there. Memphis has such a great basketball tradition. You know, we don't have any Saturday home games. This is our 5th Saturday road game. We have 0. Think about it. We have not played a Saturday home game with our kids. So every Saturday we've played has been on the road. We played at Cincinnati on a Saturday, at SMU on a Saturday, at Memphis on a Saturday. What was the other loss? At Tulsa on a Saturday. And we put ourselves in a position to win every single one of those games. You know, Memphis kids played a little better today. Hats off to them. Congratulations to Penny and his kids.
One last question.
Coach, the Memphis Tigers have faced a lot of adversity, a lot of injuries this year. What do you have to say about the job Penny has done to keep this season afloat as a young coach?
It's not easy to do what he's doing, especially when you got people looking over your shoulder, telling you what you're doing wrong every single day, when they have no clue about coaching a basketball team. Like I have no clue how to be a banker. Difference is I don't comment on it because I'm uneducated in those areas. You know, I coach against everybody. Penny's a good coach. They run good stuff. They get the ball to the right people. He's doing it with freshmen, which makes it even more impressive to me. But coach is not easy. Everybody can do it until you have to do it. You know, it's easy to sit there and when somebody makes a mistake, well, you should have done this. Oh, really? That's pretty good analysis, great observation. You know, it's not hard to figure out after the fact. But, you know, I've been doing this a long time. I've made a ton of mistakes. We all do, just like you guys do too. Mistakes is part of life. But, you know, you learn from them. You know, I don't sit around pointing fingers at what people do and don't do. I think we should live our live our lives every day to see how the best we can be. You know, when you bring young men in from every part of the country and try to knock the entitlement or star out of them and get them to be a team, that's hard to do. It's hard to do. You know, when's the last time Duke or Kentucky won a national championship with one and dones? Look at the two teams who were in the national finals last year, Virginia and Texas Tech. There's a reason why. They're mostly senior-dominated teams. Texas Tech was fifth-year seniors. So, but when you're coaching 18-year-olds versus 22, 23-year-olds, Penny may be doing the best coaching job of anybody in this league. He and Frank Haith. Those two guys really, really know what they're doing. So, kudos to Penny.
Free throws were huge today. I guess talk about the free throws you hit down the stretch, Alex, and then Malcolm, if you could take over after that and talk about your career high performance.
Yeah, you know, free throws played a big part in the game today. I missed too early, so, you know, those kind of hurt us early because the game could have been different from there on out. So towards the end of the game when I was going to the line, I just knew I had to make up for it somehow and just make sure that I had to make mine. But, you know, the other guys did a great job of making free throws, too. We haven't been as good the last couple games, so I feel like free throws kind of won this game for us today.
Yeah, I feel like same thing Ella said, you know, free throws definitely, you know, you had to make free throws at home, you know, home team advantage, so we just definitely had to make free throws and layups, you know, so they definitely sealed the game for us.
Proud of my boy Halo for at the end, big free throw.
Tyler, start with you over here to your left, all the way up here. How much of a sense of relief? I know there's still so much work to do, but for all you guys, to play a big-time opponent, to take it down the stretch, and to finally have the good things happen after a season where a lot of these opportunities you've lost because you weren't able to make winning plays and you were able to close it out today. How good does that feel?
It's a very good feeling. It's a confidence booster for sure. I feel like going into these next couple of games, we have a different swagger about ourselves. We just beat the top 25 team. We knew we could do it before the game, but it's just a confidence booster at the end of the day.
Can you ask that question again?
Just the fact that you finally, how good does it feel to finally get a big win, making winning plays at the end of the game to close?
Oh, it's a great feeling because we've been working so hard. You know, the coaches have been doing a great job of putting us in the right situations, and we kind of let them down a couple times towards the end of the game. And I'm just so glad that we came together as a team and as a family, as a brotherhood to end the game off and just won the game for them. We did that for the coaches and for the city. We owed them that, and we just got to keep pushing forward.
What happened at the beginning of the game? I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes or something, like nobody could make a shot.
Yeah, you know, our mindset was on the defensive end and boxing out. I'll say that was our main focus. You know, obviously offense got to come around, but we just wanted to make sure that we was just, you know, trying to box out, play defense, and the offense was going to come around regardless. So we just didn't make the open shots that we usually make, one anything in particular. But, you know, our mindset was on defense today.
Halo, this is you lost to Houston 3 times last year. What kind of confidence it gives you by beating them this year? And talk about the atmosphere of this game and this today.
You know, it gave us a lot of confidence, even though we already knew what we can do and what we're capable of. But to not have DJ, one of our best players, and we still can accomplish this, it just let us know that the sky's still the limit. And, you know, there's just a lot of confidence for us in the team that we're going to ride this wave, and we're just going to try to keep on winning out.
Over here in the corner, question for Malcolm. Start of the season, if I'm not mistaken, recovering from your ACL injury, just kind of tell us the journey in it, and then having a breakout game this game.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's definitely a recovery process. You know, I'm back early because, you know, my surgery recovery was supposed to be a year. You know, I had surgery on March 18th for my ACL and meniscus. So, you know, I was just supposed to be chilling this year and getting back right, you know, for next year. But I started passing tests or whatever, you know, so I felt healthy, you know. So it's just a process each game, you know. When I'm feeling good, you know, great things going to happen.
Hey, look, you basically had to play to save the game, to knock away on the offensive rebound. Walk us through that last play, and what were you thinking? Was just you being you making the play?
Yeah, I knew Princess had an ISO, and I knew he was gonna get the shot up regardless. So my main goal was to just go and try my best to box somebody out. I wasn't even worried about the shot. I couldn't watch the play because I knew it was time for an offensive rebound. So I just personally wanted to just go box out somebody. And as the ball went in the air, I boxed my man, but somebody else came and got the ball. So I saw that he was kind of being careless with it with like 1 or 2 seconds left. And I just made a play on the ball and just wanted to try to end the game and took it. And this kind of just what happened. I saw a ball and, just my instincts.
Hey, Lou, it seemed like you flipped a switch around the 9-minute mark, 10-minute mark in the first half where you just started getting really disruptive and stripping the ball away. There was a kind of a long sequence where you were being really disruptive. So talk to us about that.
I was just, getting in the flow of the game. Father just started breaking the sweat, getting a little looser. And, Tyler made some big plays with me. He talked to me, and we got a trap man right there. So it was mainly just the momentum of the team and me just getting loose and finding myself on the court.
Frelo, finish that play. So did you know when you knocked that out of bounds that it was going to be did you know how it was going to go with the replay at the end, or what was your thought there?
I honestly didn't know. I felt like it was going to be a foul because some guy fell on my leg and like kind of knocked me out of bounds. I didn't even know where the ball went after that. But when I got up, I just knew the buzzer went off. So I thought the game was over.
Right.
So I really didn't know what to expect. I thought I was going to be at the free throw line, honestly.
You got to celebrate twice, and at the end you were popping your jersey. How'd that feel to pop your jersey?
It felt great. We did that for the city, and like I said, we owed them something, and I feel like that was a good win for us.
And last question for both you and Tyler. Is this the most desperate the team played? It felt like there was a level of desperation tonight that almost hasn't been there prior to the season.
Yes, I think everybody was desperate. I know for sure we focused on all the little things like boxing out, getting on the floor, getting all the 50-50 balls. So I would say everybody on the court, every man was locked in tonight.
Every game from here on out is desperate. We should have been that way from the beginning, but it's win or go home now. So we got to be desperate for every game for the rest of the season, no matter what.
Yeah, like Alo said, right now it's win or go home every game.
Tyler, you told us earlier this week, back here to your left, you told us earlier this week that you felt like people around the country were, kind of having fun with you guys' struggles. Mm-hmm. How good does it feel now that, that you guys are making a push when it matters most into March with all these people that are doubting you? You talked about playing desperate, but how good does it feel playing knowing that there's so many doubters out there and you have an opportunity to kind of flip that switch?
It always feels good, playing, having your back against the wall, just all the outside noise, everybody down us. So we want to go on the court and show them that, we still the top 10 team in the nation.
We got time for like 2 more.
Malcolm, you caught them 2 back-to-back alleys from Damian. Is that just something that unfolded, or did you notice that you had a mismatch you could exploit to make that happen?
No, it was definitely both. Damian is just a playmaker. That's what he's looking for anyway. I remember watching him in high school, so he can get down, he'll create a trigger anytime and throw the ball. Both of these, everybody, all our guards can. So that was just Reeves and playing basketball.
Yeah, Damian Ball said he had been 10.
Good job. We call him Little Job.
Yeah, his job.
Better job.
This is for all 3 of you guys. When things aren't going well, it seems like you feed off the crowd to kind of get you guys going. How much does the crowd play an impact to you kind of getting revved up and playing basketball?
At home, the crowd is our 6 man. We got 6 players on the court. The crowd is the best. It's the best player for us. So the more we got the crowd, the better we're gonna play.
Yeah, just the crowd, it just give you a boost in everything. I feel like it just boosts you on, jumping higher, making more shots, making free throws. Just like Alo said, it's our 6 man.
Last question.
Malcolm, what do you make of Tyler said it was a confidence, this is obviously a confidence booster. If you could, obviously I would assume you agree with that. And then also the 8 turnovers, just 8 turnovers today. So whoever wants to take that one.
Yeah, I feel like it's a plus. I agree with Tyler when he said, this is, what is it?
Confidence booster.
Oh yeah, for sure. This Doug, we be the top 25 team, so the whole country want us to fail. So we just doing it for the city, So whenever we get a dub, beating top 25 teams at home, that's for the city, that's for us. So of course it feels good.
Yeah, everything for the city.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Amazing game for us for a lot of reasons. A lot of the things that we did today we haven't been doing. We've worked on it in practice and really hadn't shown it for 40 minutes. And today, I felt like for 40 minutes we showed who we were and who we could be defensively and offensively. Even though we didn't score with 60 points, it was like the shots that we got were quality shots. Proud of the team for just going out there and just being warriors, getting 30 free throws, which is big for us. We didn't shoot the ball well, but we did all the tough things to win this game, so just very proud of that.
Hey, Coach, it's a little role reversal today. You played your worst basketball the first 6 minutes of the game. You made winning plays at the end. How big can it be confidence-wise going forward for your team?
Yeah, just to talk about the first 6 minutes, the nerves were just there. But I knew that Sasser had made 2 transition threes, and that we could calm that down, that we could get back into the game. But I do like that we didn't start it well, but I do like that we did finish it well. We finished it with a stop, box out, and a rebound. So that was huge for us.
Yeah, Penny. After the 60 points, the bench goal 28. How do you feel about the bench stepping up?
No, I said that was the first thing I said in at the meeting after the game was I'm very proud of the bench. They came in and sparked us because that's when the run came, when they checked into the game. And that's what you want from your bench. You want your bench to come out and produce. And Tyler and Alo have been producing all season. And for Malcolm to have the game that he had today, very proud of him.
Penny, the word used over and over again for the last 2 weeks has been desperate, desperate, desperate. That last possession, is that what desperate basketball
No
was?
doubt about it. And it came down to a one-on-one stop. That's what we lost against Georgia. We lost that battle against SMU. We lost that battle against South Florida. Today we won that battle, so we're learning. We're learning from it.
Penny, just to follow up on that one-on-one stop, both those last 2 possessions you had, I don't know if it was because of the switch or whether it was that's what I'm asking, whether it was a strategic move, having Precious on Caleb Mills there. Was that an adjustment you made, or was that just how it worked out with the switch?
No, it actually how it worked out, which I was very happy with that decision. For them to set one more screen with Precious' guy, because they're used to going against bigs every night. If you're going to have a big out there, they look at Precious as a big. We don't look at Precious as a big. He's really a guard on defense. For sure, he can guard 1 through 5. And for him to be in that situation, I felt very confident. Caleb Mills is a talent, though. He's a guy that he has nice hesitation, nice go-to moves, and can make big shots to be a freshman, a redshirt freshman. And it just worked out that Precious was on him 2 times.
Coach, last year you guys went down to the wire against Houston in the conference semis. After that game, Coach Sampson made a point of emphasizing how good of a team you inherited. How good or how satisfying is it to not only go down to the wire, but go beyond that and beat them with a team that's entirely yours after the way this season has gone?
Yeah, I kind of understood. Coach Sampson is a fierce competitor, and we were left with a lot of seniors, and veteran guys winning that league. So I can understand what he was saying, but, like you said, to have freshmen come in today and show up and play against a team of that magnitude, he's been there 6 years, he's built his culture, he has the guys that he wants, and he's locked in. I'm definitely very proud of that because I have a lot of respect for him.
If Tennessee was the biggest win of your career, where does this one rank?
This might be 1A. Like really, it's really high because of having freshmen play against that type of a group. They're one of the most aggressive teams in the country. They usually smash you and intimidate you with all the physicality and their length. And our team stepped up on to the challenge. But yeah, Tennessee first and then this win.
Coach Penny, right here. Free throws seem like a crucial aspect of today's game. You guys attempted 8 free throws in the first half, but 22 in the second half. Was that a locker room adjustment to be more physical in the paint?
Yeah, we kind of switched some things up so that we can kind of get into the paint more. We noticed some things on film. We always watch film at halftime and kind of made some adjustments. And, just going to give credit to the guys for getting in there and making the plays happen to shoot 30 free throws today. They were every free throw was needed.
Penny, with all the close contests that you've had, opportunities to win games where you weren't able to get it, how much of a sense of relief is it to finally show your guys that you can make winning plays and it will end up right as you sit here 5 games now or 4 games now from the end of the season? Yeah, no, I'm very relieved. Just proud that the guys can see the other side of it. We've been losing some heartbreakers at the end. A lot of it's self-inflicting wounds.
And the guys are learning from it because we had 8 turnovers today, but we didn't have any late. And we steadied the ship and got a win instead of, at the end of the game losing it to the next team. So, yeah, I'm very proud of that and very relieved.
Coach, you talked about playing desperate. How much do you pay attention to the bracketology, and how much does your coaching staff and your players pay attention to it?
I haven't paid attention to it at all. I understand math, and I understand what needs to happen in my mind. So, honestly, I don't have to look at the bracketology to know that. And you have to beat teams like this to be in the conversation. So that's all I know. I don't know about our coaches, but we really never talk about it. We look at what's in front of us and go, if we do this, then this can happen.
Penny, is it safe to say that this team's identity has become its defense? There's no way you win today without those 3 stops in the last 3 minutes. Is that kind of what this team has become?
It's ironic or really weird, to be more exact, for a freshman-laden team with being one of the better defensive field goal percentage groups in the country. It doesn't work like that. And for that to be us right now, it feels good. I mean, the offensive side, of course we will want more points, but you're going to win championships and win games with defense. And we've gotten enough stops in other games and just couldn't bring it home. But to finish the game with 3 stops is great.
Penny, Kelvin Sampson had some high praise for you as he walked out of here today, saying that, you talked earlier this week about the criticism and, it comes with the territory. But to hear a coach like him, who's kind of been through it all, he said you and Frank Haith at Tulsa may be the coaches of the year in this conference. To hear him say that after everything you've gone through and everything you've had to deal with, your thoughts?
No, I definitely appreciate that because, like I said, I hold Coach Sampson at a very high level. I mean, he's a guy that's seen everything. We've talked a lot at our coaches meetings, and I pick his brain, and we just talk. And for him to say that, it means a lot because, man, we're really fighting. We've gotten hit with a lot of haymakers this year as a team, and to keep fighting with these guys and to keep pushing forward and to keep getting wins. Obviously, I think it's unfair for the boys to get the criticism. All of it can deflect on me because I can handle that. I know what comes along with it. I know why I got into this job. I got into this job to make a difference for our city, for our school, and try to get us back to where we need to get to. So the noise doesn't hurt me. It's a little troubling when they're talking about the kids because these kids are really fighting hard. But no, I appreciate Coach Sampson for saying that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you gonna watch it?
I think I got like 2 events tonight. The same 2 event and watch it. I can't even watch it.